In the quiet early hours of the morning, when a warm cup of coffee is often the first comforting ritual of the day for many seniors, there's a small but powerful opportunity waiting to transform not just the flavor of that daily brew, but the future of the mind itself. While we all cherish those peaceful moments of sipping something familiar and soothing, what if that simple beverage could be elevated from a routine habit to a potent line of defense against one of the most devastating challenges of aging, Alzheimer's disease? For years, researchers have scoured the globe in search of affordable, accessible, and natural ways to support brain health. And now, one of the most surprising and promising answers lies not in a pharmaceutical lab or an expensive supplement, but in a common spice sitting quietly on your kitchen shelf. It doesn't need to be imported in rare quantities, nor does it require any special preparation. This spice is incredibly inexpensive, widely available, and can be seamlessly added to your morning coffee with little effort. The spice in question is cinnamon, and despite its simplicity and ubiquity, its neurological benefits are nothing short of profound. Cinnamon has been used for centuries across cultures, originally valued for its rich aroma and flavor, but now more deeply appreciated for its unique chemical compounds that seem to act as guardians for the aging brain. These compounds, notably cinnamaldehyde and epicatechin, have demonstrated the ability to inhibit the accumulation of tau proteins in the brain, proteins that, when tangled, form a major hallmark of Alzheimer's pathology. In simpler terms, cinnamon doesn't just taste good. It might literally slow or prevent some of the changes in the brain that lead to memory loss, confusion, and cognitive decline. What's even more intriguing is that this spice doesn't need to be consumed in massive doses. Just a quarter to half a teaspoon stirred into your morning cup of coffee can provide a consistent source of these protective compounds. And coffee itself, already known for its rich profile of antioxidants and polyphenol, becomes an even more formidable ally in the fight for cognitive longevity when combined with cinnamon. The synergistic effect of the caffeine in coffee and the neuroprotective qualities of cinnamon offers a daily mental boost that's not only energizing, but potentially future-saving. But beyond the promising biochemical interactions, there's something deeply empowering about being able to take control of one's brain health in such an immediate, tangible way. For many seniors, the fear of cognitive decline looms large. Forgetting names, losing the thread of a conversation, misplacing keys. These seemingly small incidents can trigger a cascade of worry about what lies ahead. Alzheimer's is not just a disease of memory. It robs people of their autonomy, their identities, and their relationships. That's why something as simple as adding a pinch of cinnamon to your coffee can carry so much symbolic and emotional weight. It's an act of daily resistance against the encroaching shadow of decline, a declaration that you are doing something, however modest, to protect the most precious part of yourself. And let's not overlook the other health benefits of cinnamon, which only strengthen its case as a staple in the senior diet. Cinnamon is known to help stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, and support heart health, all factors that are themselves linked to better brain function. Chronic inflammation and poor cardiovascular health are significant contributors to cognitive impairment. And by addressing these issues at their root, cinnamon becomes not just a spice, but a daily tool for total body wellness. Even for those who may not enjoy coffee, this spice can be added to tea, oatmeal, or even blended into a smoothie. The versatility of cinnamon means there are countless ways to integrate it into your daily routine without any major changes or added expense. And unlike many so-called superfoods marketed to seniors, cinnamon is easy to digest, low in calories, and free from the side effects that often accompany pharmaceutical interventions. The key is consistency, making it a habit, much like brushing your teeth or taking a short walk after dinner. It becomes a form of nutritional insurance, quietly reinforcing your cognitive resilience day after day. For caregivers and loved ones of seniors, Encouraging this simple dietary addition can be one of the gentlest yet most powerful forms of support. There's no need for lectures or reminders. Just the soft, familiar scent of cinnamon wafting from the morning mug becomes a cue, a ritual, a gift. Over time, as this becomes a cherished part of daily life, it can also serve as a conversation starter, a shared habit, even a point of pride. Seniors who embrace this practice may find themselves feeling not just more mentally alert, but more engaged and optimistic about their ability to shape their own health outcomes. It's a reminder that aging, while inevitable, need not mean surrender. There are tools, simple, safe, affordable tools, available to anyone who chooses to reach for them. And perhaps the greatest beauty of cinnamon is that it requires no radical overhaul of lifestyle, no difficult schedules or equipment, just a moment of intention, a pinch of spice, and the quiet belief that what you do today can safeguard your tomorrows. As this daily practice takes hold and the cinnamon quietly integrates into morning routines, it's worth diving deeper into how and why this humble spice works in such an extraordinary way to protect the aging brain. Researchers from institutions around the world, including the University of California and Tel Aviv University, have examined the way certain components of cinnamon interact at the cellular level with the brain's delicate structure. One such component, cinnamaldehyde, has been shown in laboratory studies to prevent the development of filamentous tau aggregates, those very same twisted proteins that are seen in the brains of Alzheimer's patients and are known to disrupt communication between neurons. The second compound, epicatechin, is a potent antioxidant, capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier and offering protection against oxidative stress, one of the leading contributors to neural degeneration. But these scientific discoveries only scratch the surface of cinnamon's potential impact on memory and mental clarity. Beyond protecting neurons from damage, cinnamon may also enhance the brain's ability to form new connections, a process known as neuroplasticity, which becomes increasingly critical as we age. Neuroplasticity allows the brain to adapt, learn, and compensate for any minor losses, and supporting this natural function is a cornerstone in slowing cognitive decline. Many seniors believe that once memory starts to fade, it's a downhill slope, but in truth, the brain retains its ability to rewire itself well into our 70s and even 80s, especially when nourished properly. Cinnamon, paired with other brain-healthy habits such as sleep, hydration, and moderate exercise, can become part of a synergistic plan to keep the mind agile and the memory sharp. Moreover, there is emerging evidence that cinnamon helps improve insulin sensitivity, which is directly linked to cognitive function. Insulin resistance, often associated with type 2 diabetes, has also been correlated with a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's, to the point where some researchers now refer to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes. When cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar levels more effectively, it may also be indirectly reducing this hidden but very real threat to brain health. And this is not some distant benefit that takes decades to manifest. Many individuals report feeling clearer, more focused, and less mentally foggy within just a few weeks of consistently incorporating cinnamon into their diets. That kind of immediate feedback helps to reinforce the habit, making it easier to maintain long-term. For seniors in particular, whose metabolisms slow down and whose digestive systems may become more sensitive, cinnamon represents a rare nutritional treasure that is both gentle and effective. It supports digestive health, helps reduce gas and bloating, and even contributes to a more stable mood, thanks to its interaction with the gut-brain axis. The link between gut health and cognitive health is becoming one of the most exciting frontiers of medical research, and cinnamon is among the few foods that offer dual support for both systems. Seniors who struggle with low moods, anxiety, or mild depression may find that cinnamon helps to balance their overall well-being, giving them not just mental clarity, but emotional steadiness. What's especially valuable is how easily this can be shared. Family members, caregivers, and friends can all enjoy the same benefits, making a unifying ritual rather than a specialized diet change. Imagine a household where every morning begins with a rich aroma of cinnamon rising from coffee cups, a shared experience that not only enhances flavor, but also subtly rewires the brain toward longevity and resilience. The sensory memory of smell and taste is powerful, deeply connected to the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. So when cinnamon becomes part of the daily routine, it doesn't just act biochemically. It reinforces healthy neural pathways through repetition and association. Seniors can take comfort in knowing that these small choices carry significant weight, and that their investment in health doesn't have to be costly, overwhelming, or confusing. The simplicity of cinnamon, its availability, affordability, and pleasant taste, makes it one of the most accessible natural interventions available. And yet, for all its simplicity, its benefits are complex and far-reaching. This spice can be a gateway to a broader lifestyle shift, encouraging a mindset of proactive aging rather than reactive treatment. It may even spark curiosity to explore other natural additions to the diet that support cognitive health, from turmeric to green tea to omega-3 rich flax seeds. The journey to protect the brain doesn't have to start with a diagnosis. It can begin today, right in the kitchen, with something as small and seemingly insignificant as a pinch of cinnamon. There's something incredibly hopeful in that idea, that prevention and empowerment are not reserved for those with advanced degrees or expensive prescriptions, but available to anyone willing to make mindful choices. As the understanding of Alzheimer's evolves, and as more seniors demand natural, non-invasive solutions, cinnamon stands as a shining example of nature's pharmacy. And as we continue to explore its full potential, we might find that the key to unlocking mental longevity has been in our spice racks all along. While cinnamon's benefits on brain health and cognitive resilience continue to impress researchers, what's even more compelling is how its effects ripple across other bodily systems that indirectly contribute to mental sharpness and protection against neurodegeneration. One often overlooked aspect is circulation. Proper blood flow is critical to delivering oxygen and nutrients to the brain, and cinnamon has shown vasodilatory effects that can help promote healthier circulation, especially in older adults where arteries may be stiff or narrowed. Improved circulation doesn't just mean warmer hands and feet. It means a better nourished, more oxygenated brain, which is essential for concentration, memory retention, and emotional balance. When seniors start their morning with cinnamon-enhanced beverages or meals, they're not only giving their brains a direct boost, but also improving the delivery system that keeps every organ functioning efficiently. But even more intriguing is the way cinnamon interacts with inflammation, which has been increasingly implicated in the progression of Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive decline. Chronic inflammation is a silent but potent enemy of healthy aging. It can stem from poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, and underlying health conditions, and it often goes unnoticed until symptoms surface in the form of fatigue, brain fog, and forgetfulness. Cinnamon, rich in polyphenol and other anti-inflammatory agents, serves as a natural modulator of this internal fire. Its compounds inhibit the release of inflammatory markers, such as TNF-alpha and interleukins, which are often elevated in those suffering from age-related cognitive issues. By dampening this internal inflammation, cinnamon helps create a more stable and supportive environment in which the brain can function and repair itself more effectively. And it's not just about stalling the disease process. It's about improving quality of life in the present. Seniors who struggle with occasional forgetfulness, lost words, or misplacing items might find those episodes becoming less frequent with consistent cinnamon use. This isn't magic. It's the cumulative result of better circulation, reduced inflammation, balanced blood sugar, and subtle neurological protection all working together. Another overlooked benefit of cinnamon in older adults is its influence on mood and mental energy. Depression and anxiety are not uncommon in the elderly population, and both can have devastating impacts on memory and cognition. Cinnamon's bioactive compounds have been found to influence the brain's levels of dopamine and serotonin, the very neurotransmitters that regulate mood, motivation, and feelings of well-being. Just as a lack of these neurotransmitters can contribute to memory decline and mental fatigue, the gentle support offered by cinnamon may help seniors maintain emotional steadiness, enthusiasm for daily life, and mental alertness. Add to that its support for restful sleep, something crucial for memory consolidation, and cinnamon begins to look like a foundational element in the lifestyle of a cognitively sharp senior. And what's most remarkable is how easy it is to sustain. There's no complicated dosing, no bitter pills, no medical appointments. Just a conscious decision to stir a teaspoon into your morning brew, sprinkle it onto oatmeal, or blend it into smoothies. Even savory dishes can benefit from a light touch of cinnamon, especially those inspired by Middle Eastern or Mediterranean cuisines, where its flavor harmonizes with meats, legumes, and grains. In cultures where cinnamon is regularly used, instances of Alzheimer's and dementia tend to be lower, and while correlation doesn't always imply causation, the patterns are hard to ignore. Japan, for example, with one of the world's highest percentages of centenarians, has long embraced the use of traditional herbs and spices, including cinnamon-like varieties, in everyday meals. These populations treat food as medicine, and the results speak volumes. The message here is not that cinnamon is a miracle cure, but rather that it is a powerful ally when used consistently and mindfully. It's a spark, an accessible, flavorful, and affordable spark that can ignite a broader transformation in health habits. Once seniors start seeing the positive feedback of better focus, quicker recall, and steadier emotions, they often become more inclined to support those gains with additional habits like walking, hydration, social engagement, and mentally stimulating activities. This cascading effect begins with a single step, adding cinnamon to a daily routine, and grows from there. Friends and family can encourage this shift simply by participating and sharing, creating a sense of togetherness and support that is vital for any lasting change. In fact, family caregivers might find that preparing cinnamon-rich meals or drinks together becomes a moment of bonding, a way to reinforce connection while also promoting better brain health for everyone involved. And seniors who may feel overwhelmed by more drastic interventions, strict diets, intense exercise, or expensive supplements, can instead take comfort in this simple ritual, knowing it's backed by both science and tradition. The idea that something so modest can offer so much empowerment is what makes cinnamon such a unique and valuable tool in the fight against Alzheimer's and age-related cognitive decline. The brain is not a machine that simply breaks down with time. It's a dynamic, living organ that responds to care, attention, and nourishment. Cinnamon, with its wide range of biological actions, helps provide that care in a way that is delicious, sustainable, and deeply rooted in both modern neuroscience and ancient healing wisdom. For seniors looking to take actionable steps toward preserving their cognitive health without relying solely on medications or expensive interventions, embracing cinnamon as a daily dietary habit represents a practical, enjoyable, and scientifically supported choice. The power of this simple spice lies not only in its ability to combat the physiological drivers of neurodegeneration like oxidative stress and inflammation, but also in how it fits effortlessly into a lifestyle designed for longevity, clarity, and peace of mind. It's a rare example of something accessible and familiar that delivers subtle but transformative effects when used consistently. From improving glucose regulation, which helps avoid the damaging brain effects of insulin resistance, to enhancing circulation and mood-regulating neurotransmitters, cinnamon supports the brain from multiple angles, giving seniors a better chance of maintaining independence, sharpness, and emotional resilience in later years. And it's not just theoretical. More and more studies are revealing the intricate relationships between nutrition and neurological health, confirming what many cultures have known intuitively for centuries. Food is not just sustenance, it is medicine. When you combine cinnamon with other healthy practices, like prioritizing restful sleep, engaging in light physical activity, maintaining social connections, and pursuing mentally stimulating hobbies, you're not just reacting to aging, you're actively steering the course of your life in a way that promotes vitality and engagement with the world around you. Consider how much changes when your brain is operating optimally. Your memory retrieval improves, daily decision-making feels easier, you experience less fog and confusion, and perhaps most importantly, your confidence in your own independence begins to rebuild. That confidence is one of the most valuable assets a person can have after 60, and losing it can spiral into dependency, withdrawal, and even depression. But a positive feedback loop can also form, beginning with something as basic as flavoring your morning coffee or tea with cinnamon, and build outward from there. And remember, consistency is more important than quantity. A little cinnamon used daily is more effective than large, sporadic amounts. Try combining cinnamon with brain-healthy fats like those found in nuts or coconut milk, or pair it with a bit of turmeric or ginger to amplify its effects even further. This layering of beneficial compounds mimics traditional herbal wisdom that recognizes how foods and spices work best in synergy, not isolation. If you're still unsure about incorporating cinnamon or have medical concerns like liver conditions or are on blood thinners, always consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new health regimen, especially if you're thinking of using cinnamon supplements instead of the food form. But for the vast majority of healthy seniors, ground cinnamon used in moderation is not only safe, but potentially life-enhancing. It's the kind of habit that builds momentum, shifting the narrative around aging from one of inevitable decline to one of empowered daily choices. And that shift in mindset can be as valuable as the spice itself. When seniors feel that they still have agency over their bodies, their minds, and their health journey, they're more likely to remain engaged, curious, and connected with their environment. The brain is incredibly adaptive and responsive, even well into our later decades. Neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to form new neural pathways, doesn't vanish with age. It simply requires the right fuel, stimulation, and supportive environment to flourish. Cinnamon is a part of that foundation. In truth, Alzheimer's prevention isn't about any one magic bullet. It's about the cumulative effect of the decisions you make every day. What you eat, how you move, how you rest, and what you believe about your own future health all play roles in your brain's destiny. Cinnamon is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a powerful piece, one that's tasty, affordable, and easy to adopt immediately. And when you start combining that with other brain-protective nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, magnesium, and antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables, you create a fortress of resilience around your brain. What's more, these changes don't need to be overwhelming. Start small. Start with what you have. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in your oatmeal, yogurt, smoothie, or even just in warm water with honey can be your daily vote for brain health. Add a walk, a phone call to a loved one, or a few pages from a novel, and you're building a lifestyle that fights cognitive decline from every angle. So don't wait for symptoms to appear. Prevention is most powerful when started before signs of trouble arise, and by then, many changes have already taken root quietly. Let today be your starting point. Let cinnamon be the reminder that your choices matter, and that even small daily actions can add up to profound long-term effects. And if this message resonates with you, share it. There are countless seniors out there who feel helpless about their memory, who dread the possibility of dementia, but don't know where to begin. This is where you begin, with a spice, a cup, a choice. Because when one person takes a step toward better health, it lights a path that others can follow. And at Healthful Living 60+, that's our mission, to shine a light on the small but powerful actions that add up to healthier, happier aging. We believe in practical, science-backed guidance that respects your time, your lifestyle, and your desire to thrive. So thank you for being here, for investing in your health, and for believing that your best years are not behind you. They are unfolding right now. Stay curious, stay empowered, and keep choosing what nourishes your body and mind, one delicious sip at a time.